don't know who we are to rip what we are so way. Yep. Mortals. Yep. Find your obsession. Hey guys. Today I am celebrating. It is 2021. The time is 12:25. It is 5. I hit it. I was gonna start this earlier, but I started it on my Instagram first. Ooh, the music might be a little different today because I decided to just say, fuck it, and go ahead and follow my intuition. I've been meaning to do this for a minute, but I was being stuck. I was like, what the fuck is this stuck energy? Oh my god, stop. Okay, I'm gonna grab my lamp. Hold on one second. Okay, I was like, what the fuck is this stuck energy? I don't know what to do with this stuck energy. I don't know how to be able to interpret this. And then I remember that the sun is in Leo, the moon is in Cancer, so my dad's a Leo, I'm a Cancer. I decided to just take it upon myself to celebrate my official freedom from my father and his abusive tactics and ways. Just experimenting on me and shit, acting like I'm not human, like a puppet. Like he kind of basically was trying to possess me for like a very long time, and I couldn't be myself. If you did not know this previously, but I grew up Muslim first, and then just like a whole bunch. Just like I grew up Muslim, and then I had to adhere into like a lot of Kabbalistic and false realities, and I had to go through a lot of hell to get here at this current moment, so I deserve some fucking respect. Apart from that, I think what we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about this energy that's been going around, because I was just trying to vibe with myself, but then I thought, well, maybe we need to be able to have a discussion on this, and I will be keeping this on here with no regrets, because I do not do regrets. As you can see, I don't even say the word regrets, you know what I mean? But I don't do regrets. I can't even say it properly anymore because I'm so used to saying regrets. No regrets. I don't do regrets. I don't fuck with that. I do have a drink here. If you don't like me drinking, suck a dick. So, the energy for today that I was getting constantly hitting upon me was so annoying. Because it's like this is the energy that's coming, and it's like really irritating because it's like not even the vibe that I feel. It's not my vibe. I don't vibe with this. I don't fuck with all this anymore. It's been a while that I have fucked with this, but I don't fuck with this anymore. So the vibe is failure, envy, and doubt. So if you did not know, these three things were something that I really, really used to be in for a very long time. I thought I was a failure. I was always envious of everybody else because everybody else had the life that I wanted, and I didn't have the life that I wanted. And it took me a minute to be able to understand that maybe the life that I want has to be built for myself. And as we see, envy over here has I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Very important. If you expect me to be like civil, or you expect me to be like, I don't really know. I don't really know what people expect me to be, because this is really who I am. I do live streams, because I enjoy doing live streams, okay? I like showing people the reality of the situation. You know, I was hearing that maybe, or I was getting intuitive signals of maybe like reality TV, and I was like, I wouldn't mind being on reality TV because then I get to really show who I am, and people will really see just how much shit I go through. Then maybe people would be able to sympathize with my situation. Even though I fucking hate sympathy, I prefer empathy. I prefer when people empathize with my situation and then do something within their fabric of reality to be able to change their own personal perspective so that they can be able to see within themselves what they're seeing in on screen or on the situation that is happening right now. Then that way they wouldn't be giving so much of themselves away for nothing. Instead, put it back to themselves and learn a bigger perspective and ascend and awaken and whatnot. And I feel like nowadays we're having so much, puppeteering. And this idea of service has been truly misconstrued in my vision. So let us see what else is the energy for today. Oop, look at this. Judgment. So I understand that everybody has their own unique paths and challenges. That's not what I said. Everyone has their unique paths and challenges. It's kind of like empathy, judgment. When you empathize with the situation, you see it not only from their perspective, but you see it from your own perspective, which is the most important perspective to you, okay? Because you, as a human being, stand within the line of humanity. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm like coming back. So, God exists. And we walk through our reality and universe and experience things with God, okay? So our experiences and our confidence in our life is very godly just because we are with God. Once God is removed from that equation, you have everything else to deal with and by yourself. And when you have to deal with this reality all by yourself, you don't have a self to deal with in this reality. I feel like it's really hard for people to understand that, and that's okay. That's for you to learn, okay? That's something that like people need to step forward into understanding, that maybe not all the time everyone doesn't speak the same language. Okay, so the biggest thing that I had in my life is that people often think that English is my first language when it's not. But it sounds like it is the first language that I speak. But the first language I ever spoke was Arabic, and I started speaking this language when I was about 1 year old. A lot of people are like, oh, you crawl before you walk. I did not. I stood the fuck up and I continued. I was sitting down for a very long time and I stood up and I walked because I'm an observer. So what I do is I learn by observation. Yeah. So the big energy here that's been lacking is love. And that is truly because of this lack of empathy. Like I said, I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. And that's super important. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. That's really all I have to say. I don't really feel like explaining a lot of things. Like that's really it. I just don't feel like explaining everything to everyone all the time. I feel like people really have the choice in the matter, especially once you see this channel. You have the choice to learn. You have the choice to experience my experiences with me as I'm speaking, so that you can be able to tell just how I'm feeling. Because trust me, however you're feeling when you're watching this is exactly how I'm feeling too. So then you could be able to make a decision on why you want to feel that way. Sometimes I get super irritated with some types of conversations or things like walking in public and people just staring at me all the time. Not that I like or dislike that. People have the authority for themselves to look at whatever the fuck they want. Um, but it is my choice on being ogled at. You see where the line is? So there is a whole distinction on love right now, and I'm really trying to talk about, oh my god, I feel like I'm everywhere because nobody, like, someone's not trying to make me send this message out. It's like as soon as my mind was all clear, and even while I was drinking, my mind is clear, and I'm like fine. But as I'm trying to iterate this message, it's as if there's some kind of confusion and block happening at this current moment, constantly trying to overtake my mind as if I'm not aware that is exactly what is happening or what is doing, you know? So, right now, we're working with the energy of fertility, abundance, with courage and vitality, learning how to live your own life as a human being. And a lot of people want to judge other people for what they do. And it is not up to them nor you to judge. That's the truth. It is not up to you to decide what kind of karma someone gets or how bad it's going to be so that you can get some sense of fulfillment. That's not it. Okay, that's kind of sick. And there's a reoccurring theme on the human mind is sick. Okay, I'm getting ritual. So someone's trying to do a ritual. So there are a lot of rituals happening in the world in general. And this is because there are people who know what they're doing, and they're doing it on purpose to be able to put everybody under some kind of spell. So the choice is really yours. Are you a human or are you a puppet? Because at the end of the day, if you're human, then you're in service to God. That's just the fact. Okay, whatever you do in life, however you feel in life, whatever choices you make, they are under the pretenses that God is walking with you, through you, the universe is working through you, and that's just how it is. Now, if you want to be a puppet, though, then we already know who the puppet master is. You know? Like, we're all well aware on who the puppet master is. A lot of people want to be like, oh, good and evil, good and evil. But then forget that good is God, God is good, and evil is devil, devil is evil. You see how that works? The literal differences between those two are one letter. And the letter that we're seeing there is O for good, and then for E it's devil, D, evil, good, God, you know? So there's a balance hanging on this world. It goes up or down. Oh, come on. Are you serious? There you go. I was like, maybe I'll change the filter. Let me change the filter. Yeah, this stream is going to be everywhere because, like I said, I am celebrating. This is me. This is what I look like. I want to put on a cute filter. Oh. Fuck it. We'll keep this one. So yeah. I don't know why I'm getting like these songs. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, so this is called it's by Joker, and this guy is really good at what he's doing. Yes. I love doing these live streams because you really get to see my true personality, which is just like the amount of just everywhere that I really am. And being a Cancer sun and a Gemini moon is really hard. It means me constantly thinking all the time, and then every time I try to think, I overthink. So I end up just having to meditate all the time, every day, and pray all the time to make sure that I'm balanced. Which is exactly why I know within myself that I am balanced. Look at the energy is grounding. So when you're a puppet, you don't realize you're a puppet. Okay, that's the thing. Because Because for me personally, I realized I was being a puppet at a very young age, at a very, very young age. And that's when I started paying attention and observing, and I woke up very, very early. And people just look at me, and which is why I had these insecurities where people were like, age insecurities, you know, like, oh, I don't understand this or that because I'm too young. And then yet diminish me, and yet ruin me, and then use me and abuse me. And then I realized we're kind of young forever when we're in this fucking planet. We constantly go over and over and don't understand that we are either naive or ignorant. And it really takes, once you understand this fact of you're either naive or ignorant, you actually do make a choice whether you want to understand what that means or you want to be ignorant. You see how that works? That once you have a decision to make, if you're trying to understand what the balance is between those two decisions, right, then you are immediately gonna wake up. You're going to immediately realize that there is more to what you're seeing, feeling, and being than just what is in front of you. Like, why are there only two choices of naivety and ignorance? Why can't there be more? Why can't there be a gray area on where you choose not to see certain things and you choose to leave everything else to, what'd you call it, a leap of faith? And the truth is that I don't know. I just asked this question for the first time ever. I never actually bothered to ask this. And this is how I wake up as well. Literally, this is how it happens. It's all a process. You know what I mean? And it really took me taking this fucking drink, gaining some motherfucking spirit, because I'm Russian. And I need a drink sometimes, once in a while, to be able to kind of bump myself back into my senses, you know, like to be able to feel again. Cause after a long time of being hurt and guilt tripped and kind of gaslighted and being kind of put down, tortured, abused, and all that stuff, you start to become so numb and bitter and scared and envious and all these negative feelings and energies. And then you start asking questions like, God, why? Why do I have to go through this all the time? And the answer is, it's a test, apparently. And then you think, God, why are you testing me? God, why are you testing me? God, why are you testing me? And then you realize the only person that's testing you is trying to play a game. Because at the end of the day, I'm human. I listen to my inner voice. I listen to my inner power. I listen to how it is, how it be. King of Swords. That's the clarity. The only person that's trying to test you to see how strong you are, to see what it is that you have, to put barriers, to confuse you, to conflict you, to make you feel this way or that way. That's not God. God doesn't play games, okay? God just is. Whatever's trying to play a game with your mind, with your body, with your space, with your energy, that's all an illusion. That's all an illusion. Whatever test you think there is, whatever bet you think there is none. Okay? There is none. You were always and will always be exactly who you need to be at all times. And whatever decisions that you make, they may feel like you're free to make them, but the truth is that you either know or you don't know. And when you don't know and you're aware that you don't know, then you actually start making decisions and start making choices. Now, the complicated ways of life and decision-making skills that you need to be able to even get along in your life are kind of hard to, explain. Like, I'm not going to be over here as like a soon to be, like, I'm ascending, so it's really hard for me to be able to explain everything. Like I'm right now on my route to becoming an ascended master. Kind of like how Jesus became one, you know, kind of like how Buddha was on his way to, you know, like all these people. But because I'm a woman and I'm young or whatever, or I look young, or I look like the way I do, all of a sudden, or maybe the way I act, maybe it's not the same way or something like that, all of a sudden, now I'm the martyr, or I'm the one that's wrong, or I have no idea what I'm talking about. Which was so bothersome. Like, how could you not see so fucking clearly that something is wrong? How could you not see so clearly that someone is in pain or is hurt or needs help or needs assistance? And the thing about it the most is that it really has nothing to do with God. It has to do with humanity and how our individuality is affecting the connective consciousness, the collective consciousness that we live within. Like, if we all just ignore ourselves and just be puppets to whatever we think is right or wrong, you're just being a puppet to your mind. You're just being a puppet to your thoughts. And who knows what's going through your fucked up head? Like, who fucking knows, man? Only God knows. Which is exactly why we pray. Because at the end of the day, your brain isn't the only thing that exists. Everything exists, including your brain. So, if you want to be a puppet, you can go ahead and be a puppet and see where that takes you. But if you're a human being and you know what it means to be a human being, and you know that life is a bitch sometimes, but you just have to live it in order to learn, in order to be, in order to ascend, in order to just be happy for fucking once. Stop being so envious, so grief-stricken, so sad, so depressed. If you could be able to have the opportunity to be able to live this life in full glory and happiness, why the fuck would you not take it? And this has nothing to do with money, and that's exactly how I know these people have trauma. It's because when you think just one thing is the answer to all your life's problems, that kind of sounds like a motherfucking scam. It's life's biggest fucking scam. The biggest motherfucking scam on earth was that money could solve all your problems. Was that one thing could solve all your problems. Oh, only love can solve it. One thing. Just one thing. Because at the end of the day, there's this void we have, right? There's a void in our hearts or something that just requires our fulfillment. It just requires fulfillment. Do you ever stop to think that we're an expanding consciousness and we will continuously evolve over through time and space to be able to create and manifest continuously for infinite times? Like, we literally live in an infinite universe. It's really fucking hard to sit here and pretend to be what people want me to be. I'm really surrendering here. Fully surrendering to all of my divine powers, to all of my divineness, to all of God, to all of the beingness of life. But how curious is it that people really think they can just sell their souls? they can sell their souls for money. Like it's an exchange rate. And they get all sad and depressed when they're getting haunted. Anyway, what's the message for today? Please. Okay, so I heard bulletproof. Maybe I should just talk about fucking BTS. I fucking love BTS, yo. BTS is amazing. BTS is one of my favorite groups. They're really cool. They're like, you call me idol, you call me artist, and I don't care. I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? So, there's a cycle that's come to a completion, and this is truly about an emperor. And it's like the divine offer to be able to release this wounded warrior energy. I don't like this wounded warrior energy. I'm not gonna lie. It's victim mentality in my eyes. It's kind of like, yeah, they were talking about it now. Okay. So it's like a divine offer between the divine masculine and divine feminine. So we might be coming into a closure soon. And there's a lot of strategizing and lots of planning and stuff like that. But, yeah. Who knows? I don't know. There's some sort of lack of clarity here, but, you know, we're following a star. I love that. I love this so much. Okay, so every time, it's so funny. The devil comes up, but the devil comes up in reverse. It's so hilarious. Every time I do a reading, right? Because I'm chosen. So every time I do a reading, right? The devil comes up in reverse because the devil's trying to sneak in, but it doesn't work. And then he's trying to move to calmer waters, trying to sneak away. But then immediately after the fucking Hierophant. Like, it's so funny how that works. Like, if you have enough understanding of how our universe works, if you have enough understanding of how this world works, then you are capable of seeing through illusion, which is kind of what I do. I am able to see through all illusions, all of the lies. I am capable of seeing right through even myself. So whenever I'm acting like a fool, I know I'm acting a fool when I'm not following my intuition, when I'm staying stuck in stagnant energy and I'm not understanding why, or not even bothering to. And right now I am in Five of Pentacles energy, right? And I'm so used to being in this energy, but the only reason is because there's a false King of Cups here, an instability. But that's because I am cutting through all this bullshit. And I have a priority. My main priority is the kids. That is my main priority. It's always been my main priority. The fucking kids that are being tortured. I've been saying this, and people will be like, oh, it's because you were tortured as a kid. Do you not hear how that sounds? Do you not hear how that sounds? Where was my justice? Where was it? These motherfuckers are just using us. These motherfuckers is getting into the government. These pedophiles going up into higher positions and shit. And then other pedophiles using blackmail against them, like fucking Epstein and shit. What about the fucking kids, bro? Nobody fucking thinks about the kids that have to go through this fucking mess and sit here for the rest of their lives. Fucking, I don't even know if I'm adopted. Like, there's so much hidden secrets that fuck everyone over. They're fucking you over, fucking me over, and then people want to complain, oh, we're in this Five of Pentacles energy now. No, okay. Some of us do something about it. Some of us sit there and cry. Some of us do nothing about it, and those are the weakest links. And as a person of divine honor, as I like to say, karma, Wheel of Fortune, is on certain people's sides. And I do not have time for bullshit people doing bullshit things, acting like I'm not human when I am. Okay? I am a fucking human being just like everyone else, and we go through these challenges to be able to teach us what to do next. And that's about it. So are you a fucking puppet or are you a human? Because if you're a fucking sheep, then just know the Lord is your shepherd. As long as you know who the Lord is. Ain't nobody thought of that before. People don't think. And it's really hard. Because they'll be like, it's Jesus. Well, how do you know? How you fucking know? You think Jesus wants to be your fucking shepherd? What if Jesus is just living his life? What if he's just like, fine, okay. When he was being hung up and fucking staked up and fucking killed and shit, and he resurrected. We don't even know if he resurrected, but when that whole situation happened, you think he was really thinking, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait to be the shepherd here. I cannot wait to give all these people my love as I'm strung here and bleeding and dying. They're like, oh, it's because he was compassionate. You don't think compassion can die? I don't know how people think darkness was born. When we give these things to God and we pray to God to help release these angers and resentments from us, we do it so we're not capable of actions that will sabotage ourselves. Trusting the divine that you are not possibly wrong all the time. That you may in fact know more than you think you know. That maybe there is more to life than just the education system, working for another company since you're incapable of being an entrepreneur for yourself or something. Or maybe you are capable of being an entrepreneur or something and it doesn't work out, and so you want to like work for someone else. Maybe there is more to life than making massive amount of money all the time. And, you know, like, I don't know. I truly don't know. That's really all it took, was saying, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know why we're here. We don't know what we have to learn. We don't know how we have to learn it. And that's okay. because we're children of God, and every step of the journey is a step in the right direction as long as we want it to be. Having a pessimistic mind all the time is not going to help you. And no matter how much people want to make fun of me, troll me, make me feel bad, I know who I am. I love myself. I've always been the same person. I've never changed. Aspects of me changed. But ever since the beginning of time, I never changed. I was sent on a mission, and I came here to complete it. And that's all. So I don't have to feel bad for being human. I don't have to feel like shit for talking my mind and speaking on my own behalf, on my trauma. I don't make conclusions on people based on how they look to me. I don't judge a book by its cover based on my perspective of the cover. In fact, I don't even judge the book at all. I actually judge my own perspective more than I judge the book. I judge how I see everything, how I feel everything, how everything seems. I ask myself, can I trust this or can I not trust this? I ask myself, is this real or is this not real? And then I ask myself, how can I tell the difference between an illusion and reality? And then the lines start to blur. And then I realize that maybe, just maybe, everything is all one. And we're all here together on our journeys. And you're either the puppet master, the ascended master, or you're just a human being and you follow in God's light and you understand exactly who you need to be at all times, because that is who you are. And you can always take yourself to that level. You can always take yourself to be an ascended master as long as you're human. But once you stop being human, there's a choice. Do you want to be the puppet master or be the ascended master? Do you want to go up or do you want to go down? And for the longest time in my prehistoric identity, I went down. I went all the way down. Until one day I realized I could go up, and that if I wasn't gonna forgive myself, nobody else will. And that's exactly what I did. And slowly but surely I realized that there's more to the world, and these kids need to be put in safety so that we can properly live our lives within the golden age. But hey, if you want to be a little fucking puppet, then go ahead, be a puppet. See where that takes you. Peace out.